The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
I can tell you firsthand as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack. Hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. Rashan Gary, former Michigan Wolverine, in there to take him down. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get to the 40 on a short gain. 2nd down and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. From the gun, it's Penix. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Jacobs. He'll take this down to the 47. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him. Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's 1st and goal. It is a big-time play for the Packers. And even 40 yards. Here's Jacobs. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Jacobs. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. run with Jacobs. And waiting, no signal. He did not. No, he did not get in. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal. And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, so I think, Mike, this is one of those decisions where the conditions and the elements definitely come into play. I think in a normal day of clear weather, this coach makes a different decision in this situation. But here, I can totally understand why he decided to be aggressive and go for it on 4th down.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And that's going to be shut down quickly. He'll get this one only up to about the 2. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll turn and hand this one off. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Now Lawrence. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone. Moss in motion. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
On 3rd down, Penix. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
This is a little bit of a tough spot for a play caller, Mike. 4th down, is it close enough that I can run the ball? Is it far enough that I have to risk a pass? That took some courage to call a run play, and fortunate for them, we're able to celebrate after.
So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. Go with their fullback trying to get it. Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Packers. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. The extra point is good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down. A first down there. Gain of 14 yards. Kirk is the motion man. Here's a run going left. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Lawrence now on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Catch made right side by Thomas. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make.
That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on fourth and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
It's a venue in a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. The ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And away we go from Wisconsin. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. Took the return wrong direction there. Not sure what was going on. Actually loses yards. And the Packers will take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Amani Hooker with the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the shotgun, Penix. That's complete to Musgrave. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Penix here from the gun. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Penix working from the gun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Penix now. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And he's got a touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Christian Watson with the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Return coming from the 6. he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running this one left. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the shotgun, Lawrence gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Lawrence now off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
They're on him again, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Yeah, this defense is seeing a vulnerable offense right now. An offense that can't protect itself. First and foremost, before you do anything else, you got to make sure you account for everybody. And right now, this defender, well, he's taking this game over.
Lawrence facing 3rd and long. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Packers have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Running on 1st here with Jacobs. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That stop coming from Henry To'o. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 37. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're going to have to regroup after this one.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets
And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Working inside the red zone. And this is going to be a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers parlay the interception into points. Christian Watson with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Packers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. It is cut left side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. It's a gain of 4. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
He's got a man left. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now a give running right. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the 1st. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Jair Alexander with the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Setting up the running back screen. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. To the line we go. They're set 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Lawrence working from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
The kick by Shudak is good. And that'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Chooses to bring this one out. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix looking to pass. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield, and he hauls in the interception. Amani Hooker has it. And the Jaguars get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Back to the well again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. It's another 1st half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Packers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys in bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Penix now to throw. Escapes out to the left. Hauled in by Musgrave. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Going run again with Jacobs. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. 70 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Trying for it with Penix. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They've got 1st down from the 31. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's going deep. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Packers will get it back with some time to work with. We've reached the 2-minute warning. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense up to the line fast. Here we go, second and very long. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be third and long. Penix. That'll be complete to Jacobs. So third and 16, no problem for them as they get the first.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back, I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
They have themselves another first and 10. Handoff here to Jacobs. Breaks the tackle, still going. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's first and 10. They stick with Jacobs. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Here's Penix to throw. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense to the line for second down. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their third. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to offer a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life. Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's loaded another one up. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge next time.
And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
Jaguars 3.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. From his own end zone, here we go. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix finds him over the middle. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Penix working from the gun. Cut by Jacobs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. His foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
On 2nd down, Jacobs breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Jacobs running behind center. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They send a man in motion. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Penix now on 1st down. This one's caught. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Jacobs with it. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Packers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Packers push their lead to 18. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Taking a shot deep down the field it goes. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers take possession of the football. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And finds Jacobs complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Penix here from the gun. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Down the sideline inside the 40. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the 29. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's in. 3rd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And that stretches the lead to 21.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Chooses to bring this one out. Return lanes don't open for him. He stops shy of the 15. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Got got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third down, Lawrence to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Packers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and it happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception added to his ledger.
And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
They run it with Jacobs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. To the air with Penix. Escapes the pocket. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can...
And he's across. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Packers continue piling on to this lead. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He'll take this forward to the 20 before they take him down to the turf. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Lawrence throwing here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. And they pick him off again. And the Packers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. Second down now, 7 to go. Now we're on the counter. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Penix looking to pass. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach, because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lawrence working from the gun. It is Kupp left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Lawrence to throw it. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lawrence looking to throw. On the move, headed right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. Now Lawrence. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete.
Well, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap and fight through them.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He's stopped at the 17.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars putting up points in a game decided. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here comes Reed. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now a run with Jacobs. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. A give now from the gun. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Motioning left is their running back. Running on 1st here with Jacobs. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Dumps it off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Tackled back at the 41-yard line.
And it's a nickel set from the Jags on this 3rd down. Throwing Penix. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long. The Packers send out their punting unit. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Jaguars are going to take over from deep in their own side. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st down throw, Lawrence. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Cut for big yards on the right side. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Packers get it as he makes his 3rd interception in this game.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Finds him over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers on their way to their 3rd win of the year. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. from the 43. He's got a man left. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Oh, he put everything he had into that throw.
Well, that window was open down the field, but this league is so fast. And these defenders, well, they closed the gap before that throw could arrive.
Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. That's incomplete left side. This one misses the tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs?
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. We'll get a stoppage after the play for an injury. Looks like Tyreek Hill, the player hurt on that snap. This is Jacobs running left. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. They put a receiver in motion right. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That kind of call right there, Kate, shouldn't be the 3rd down surprise it used to be 5, 10, 15 years ago. So common in teams' playbooks league-wide. But boy, is it tough to defend. And that's why they love breaking it out to reset those chains.
It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. Jacobs. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Packers keep running away with this. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one right down the middle. And the Packers grow their lead yet again. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Chased out to his right. He's running with it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Trying to push it deep downfield. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
taking a final shot at the end zone. And that pass falls incomplete. Well, they kept trying, they kept taking shots to the very end, but now we have reached that end. This one's over. So this is a Packers win. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.
It's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.